What's up, everybody? This is Guillermo Mata here. Thank you so much for coming out to this webinar. We got some incredible stuff to share with you today. This is honestly, it's something really special. Honestly, it's something that it has. The technology behind it is something that has helped me in my business, and yeah, I've been talking briefly about it. I've been, sending you guys updates, pertaining to, how it's been working for me. And it really has. It was a game changer in my business. It changed the way I was doing things, and it's a beautiful thing, man. But before I get started, I want to let you know that I allocate time out of my day um, to put these slides together and really give you my all on my side. I want to make sure, and it's important to me, that you leave this webinar feeling good, feeling educated, like you got something. So if you could do me the favor and for the, just for the better, so you get a lot out of this webinar, close down any distractions, your phone, put it on mute, go somewhere, take your laptop somewhere where you could focus and, pay full attention to what I'm going to show you today. It's really gonna, like, and I'm confident about this, man, like it's really gonna change the game for a lot of people. For those of you who have been manually dialing numbers, doing that old school thing, we're gonna cut that out today. We're gonna make your life 10 times easier, where we get people to call you, where we get real people to call you in real time. And that's all I'm gonna say there. So on this webinar, I'm gonna cover a lot. I'm gonna cover why I developed Call Lightning. I'm going to dive into some of my own stats. We're going to look at data companies. We're also going to look at what's working, what's not working with cold calling. We're also going to look into what other guys out there are charging, and we're going to dive deep on this webinar. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get this ball rolling. So I'm going to just expand my screen. And if you could do me a favor, please, like any questions throughout, leave them for the end of the webinar. We're going to do a Q&A. I just want to make sure I don't miss any of your questions. Take note on anything, and I'll make sure that we answer them toward the end of the webinar. Okay. So I'm going to remove myself from here so I'm not a distraction, and we're going to get this show on the road. Okay. So let me go ahead and expand my screen here and get the ball rolling. Okay. So this is a really special webinar. Okay. So today you're going to learn about a sophisticated technology that sends real-time pre-qualified callers to your phone with no need to dial a number. Okay. As you know, and if you don't know, my name is Guillermo Mata. I'm the president and CEO of Red Torrent Media, LLC. Going on to the next here, I operate a digital agency community with over 20,000 digital consultants. We focus on expanding our businesses through the process of business development and technology. My 10 years of experience has enabled us as a digital company to help more marketers, business owners, startups hassle less and generate more sales worldwide. Okay. So with that being said, let's get started. And one thing too, I want to shout out my core and head director of development, San. He's on this webinar now. He's part of the reason that we were able to bring this incredible concept to life. So shout out to him on this webinar. So let's get this show on the road. So here's how it all started. In the early 2000s in New York City, if you haven't been to New York City, you know that it's crazy. It's literally crazy. It's nonstop. People are going crazy. They're taking the subway. They're making calls. This is a whole lot of stuff going on in New York. I would sit at my home office, literally, as New York is just going 100 miles an hour every morning till midnight, calling hundreds of small business owners. Okay. So this is a screenshot, so you guys don't think I'm like bluffing here. And I got more proof to show you, but this is a screenshot of the actual office that I work from. I would stand up, put my laptop on top of my desk, collect numbers, and just keep making calls and calls and calls and calls like nonstop. And yeah, I always made it my goal to like close deals, and it was just a crazy time. And yep, just like you, I search for hours on citation sites, not saying that it doesn't work. It just takes too long to find, book, and close any leads. It's very competitive, okay? And very early on, that's something that I used to do. You guys are familiar with the site, right? Go ahead and leave a yes in the chat box if you're familiar with these sites, Right. So a lot of you are familiar with these sites. Google, I used to search for hours on Google, my business, like listings, Yelp, Yellow Pages, just really looking for potential prospects to close for my digital agency that I had at home. Like, guys, I'm being transparent here. Like, it got so bad that, like, I remember one time, after a long day, it was during the evening, my wife wanted to meet up with me. This was back in New York, and she's like, "Hey, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" And I'm just like, I just spent several hours trying to call a bunch of people and literally closed one deal. So I'm not happy about that. I'm like, and when you got a good wife, you get that support. So I was able to keep going and keep pushing, regardless. So I always made it my goal to either book appointments or reach my minimum goal, and that's just the reality. Okay. So the reality is that, and I'm sure you all can agree with me, it was super super tough. Okay. So if you agree that it was tough, go ahead and leave a CL in the chat box. So if you agree that cold calling in general is hard, great. And it looks like we just maxed out, by the way. So that's awesome. Good to have you all here if you're just signing in and things like that. Bear with me as I just expand my screen. So obviously, 99.9% of everyone here can agree, and that's just the reality. Okay. Now let's proceed forward. Then I discovered companies that actually sold business data legally. Like legally, I didn't know anything about this, guys. It's like back in the day, I'm like a crazy young guy, like and it's just I managed to I got all excited, but that came with a price. They're not all created equal. So it took hours and days of research, hours and days of research. Like it was pretty bad. Like I mean, I'm exhaustion, tiredness, you name it. I experienced it all, and lots of testing, like on all levels, seriously. So let's talk a little bit about data brokers. So this is a look at the data on data brokers. Okay. So you got 4K data broker companies worldwide. Okay. So you got about 4K data companies worldwide. And I believe that there's more. There's like way more than 4,000. But this is just, I just wanted to show you where we're headed here. So then you got 1.4K leading brands that sell information from store loyalty cards. Then you have 80% of US email addresses on file at Tower Data. That's another really good data company. Then you got Hazecom, one of the largest data brokering companies, 23K servers collecting, analyzing consumer data for 5 million consumers worldwide, 1.4K data points per person. And then you got Equifax. Can you believe that? I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but like Equifax and all these, like when you get your credit score pulled, like they collect your data. And you don't know this, but you're signing a bunch of things and you're agreeing to a lot of things. And that's how you end up getting that direct mail. And you get these emails that you're like, wait a minute, like I never signed up for this, but you actually did, and they have proof that you did. Okay. So then you got databases like Campaign Grid and a bunch of others. These are some of the top right here. And they make that quite clear that I'm showing you here the ones that actually allow you to opt out, and then the ones that partially allow you to opt out. Okay, like FICO, InfoUSA, Checkmate, Intellius. So there's a lot of companies out there, and we tested a lot of them, and at some point I ended up finding the right one for my business, and thankfully it's been an amazing ride. And I just started dialing right away. The result put a big smile on my face, literally a huge smile on my face, because I was closing deals way faster than I was before because I had the data already. The data was already there, like I had it. So I learned a valuable lesson, and dialing in general, dialing your customers, dialing your clients, dialing your prospects. It's super effective, super, super effective. There's just nothing like it's like MT. Okay. A lot of you who are on this webinar are mobile triggers users, and there's just nothing like sending a text message. But with phone, it's like 10 times more effective because you're actually speaking to a human. And nowadays, like, when you look at marketing in general, it's like saturated like crazy. Like, yeah, YouTube, Google Ads, and everybody's trying to be the big boy in the playing field. But it's like you got to do things to separate yourself from the pack. And because everybody, that there's a huge pie and huge load of people that don't like cold calling, it creates a huge gap for people like me that say, oh, so you don't want to cold call, then I'll cold call then. And I'm going to build a system that gets it done effectively. So, but like I was saying, when you do it manually, it's a headache. It's a headache. And like I said earlier, like you've seen it, like I mentioned it a lot. A lot of you agreed with me. Like it's tough. And I'll show you some more stats in a few. The problem with dialing manually is it's time consuming, requires lots of energy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be completely transparent here. I had a friend of mine in New York that literally would hit the gym and then come down to the office and like start dialing. And then when he'll get tired, he's like all exhausted, he would go outside. And like that's how much like energy it took. And then it's costly. It's super, super expensive. And I'm going to talk about that in a few. Super hard to systemize. And, we've experimented a lot. And yes, we've hired call centers. As a matter of fact, I'll be blunt and honest. I've done the whole outsourcing thing. We've hired companies here in the US, and it's just super, super pricey. And we've hired management companies to try to manage our centers, our call centers. And I myself have done over 1,000 plus calls, like 1,000 plus calls. It's bananas. Like it got to the point where like it like I would sit there calling so many businesses that my ears would swell up. Like this really happened. My ears would swell up and I'm just like, man, like I'm overworking myself. This is crazy. But not just for the purposes of pitching my digital services. Like you can cold call for a variety of different things, okay? And we'll get into that in just a few minutes. But the truth is, regardless to the route that we went into, the stats all look the same with no real dramatic change. I just want to make sure that you're all with me. So if you're with me, just go ahead and dial 1 in the chat box. I see that we've already maxed out. Great. So Carlos, everyone. Okay, great. I'm going to proceed with the presentation. Awesome. So like I was saying, like regardless to the route that we went into, whether it was like outsourcing or us manually doing stuff, we didn't see any dramatic change at all. Like it was just a bunch of money that we were just throwing up in the air and not seeing any real return. So we later found that this had zero to do with the plan we had. It was nothing to do with the plan. The plan was good, but a whole lot to do with manually dialing the numbers, like picking up your phone, scanning a bunch of leads that you got, calling, you wait for them to answer, they don't want your offer, you hang up, you go to the next. Then you get some that might be interested, so you jot it down. It's just like a whole lot of work for no reason. So today you'll find many dollars on the web. And so let's take a look at them. Okay, so you got air call, okay, and you got phone burner, you got Rico Chat 360, okay. And we don't want to undervalue none of these companies. We don't want to be slanderous here because they all have their own uniquenesses, right? Their own uniqueness and all. They all, however, have the same exact motive. Like they just want you to send. But send pricey calls. I'm talking about $1, between $1 and $5, making it hard to ROI. So this is why a lot of marketers fall back. They're like, wait a minute, this is too expensive. There's no way I'm going to be able to make money with this. I got a bunch of leads here that I need to call, but these platforms are looking at their better interests. That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful who you follow out there. It's very, very important. When analyzing the pricing, it took me back to that overhead I was speaking about earlier. So let's take a look. Air call. They're pricing between $30 and $1,000 plus. Okay. And then they have all these restrictions inside their platform. You got phone burner, $149 a month to $1,000 plus. It depends on like the amount of leads you want. They want to be really strict with what you can and cannot do, making it super hard. Then you got Rico Chat 360, zero transparency, zero, like zero. And they're super, super expensive. We've reached out, we've done homework, and they're at like $1,000 plus. Super, super expensive. So this is exactly why some marketers sometimes question dialing numbers. But the truth is it works and it's hard to ignore due to the delivery and success rates. So for this portion of the presentation, I'd like to share with you some of my very own stats. Okay, you guys know me. If you've been following me throughout the years, you guys know that I'm super transparent. I say it loud and clear. So these are the types of results that we're seeing on our end. I shared this with you via email briefly. All right. I want you to look at this first one up here. Okay. Right up here. Just gonna use the pointer right here. So we called about 121 leads, 31 went live, 68 went to the answer machine, and then 4 were transferred. Okay. 4 were transferred. And those 4 we actually closed. Okay. So like these are real results. Like delivery rates at 99%, 100 plus calls, 4 transfers. Those 4 transfers resulted in approximately $17,552.88 plus reoccurring charges. Reoccurring charges. So at this point, we're crushing it. And this is a screenshot. I can't show all this other information because I got a lot of privacy stuff in there, but you can see it. This is what we made. These results would have been tough to produce when dialing one at a time, and I'm sure, again, you all can agree with me. So to be 100% transparent here, there's just no way you can match the two. You cannot match manually dialing numbers and auto dialing technology. There's just no match at all. But like I said, the problem with these other companies is that they're looking at their best interests, what they want to see. They're not really looking like we're a unique set of marketers, and there's certain type of things that we need to make our businesses work and function a certain way. Well, they're looking like we're taking the corporate approach. Let's make it harder for them. Like I was saying, man, like not to go off topic, but you can't match the two. There's just no way you could do it. Um, the incredible part about all of the auto dial slash dial is that you won't require a massive team. And I know earlier in the presentation, there was a gentleman that said, "Hey, man, like I got about 20 some people that I use," and I just saw it in the chat. You can run it by yourself. The problem with most on the market is that they still want you to dial manually. Believe it or not, as much as some of these auto dialers call themselves auto dialers, they still want you to dial. Like it's just crazy. So you can use auto dialers to land clients, 1000%. And you've already seen that. So at this point, we've already seen the types of results we could produce using auto dialers. In essence, what I'm saying here is that we had an idea of the types of results we can produce. Then it hit me. If we had a way of auto dialing, but the ability to connect the call instantly whenever someone filled our form, without a doubt, will triple our call and closing rate. And you'll see how in a moment. For this segment, let's look into some cold calling statistics. I wanted to share this with you. This is from Finances Online. We used them in a previous presentation as well. Legit company, the data is always on point. So you're looking at it here. Cold calling efficiency rates. When you have high quality leads, you're looking at 18%. Appointment with a prospect, 2%. Face to face, 1%. All right. That's just cold calling manually. Converted leads who are often reached by the 6 cold call attempt, 93%. But you think about that for a minute, right? That's picking up your phone, dialing about 6 times all your leads. Keep that in mind. Increase in contact rates when making at least 6 cold calls, 70%. Buyers who could use a second cold call from salespeople, 50%. All right. Likelihood of converting prospects to leads after 7 or more cold calls, 45%. Okay. And then you have B2B buyers who want to be contacted via phone. You got C-level execs, 57%, 51% directors, 47% managers. Okay. That's just some data I wanted to share with you. And then you got general cold calling statistics where they go and they say cold calling has become one of the dying art, especially with the success rates dwindling over the past few years. However, many salespeople still swear by it, claiming that that's still as effective now as it was then. True enough, as you'll see in the cold calling statistics below, organizations that use this method experience more growth than those that didn't. This can be attributed to the fact that many customer interactions still happen on the phone, and many consumers are still receptive to cold calls. So you got Charlie Cook, where he says cold calling has a 2% success rate. Sales professionals report that cold calling existing customers is the most effective prospecting strategy. Then you got a cold calling report revealed that 27% of sales representatives believe that cold calling is still extremely effective. All right. 41% of sales professionals believe that their phone is the most effective tool for the job. Mark Waychak, 2019. 3 out of 4 managers say that they can take action from a cold call alone, and so on and so forth. So you guys get the point here. Like, there's a whole lot of potential. But like, a lot of these companies have like teams. They have a whole set of teams, large scale budgets for nothing. It's just a whole bunch of time wasted. So this is sourced from Rain Group, again, Finances Online, where they showcase 69% of shoppers who've accepted a cold call in the past. Sales reps who say cold calling is still effective, 20%. That's like 2 out of 3. Okay. So then I wanted to share this with you because they dropped some really great info. So there's just no way to make a good cold call. However, there are several proven techniques that can help you interact with your clients better. Okay. So you have sales professionals only have 5 to 10 minutes to convince the prospect via cold calling. And hopefully you're taking notes throughout all, everything that I'm saying here. Successful cold calls often have a 55-minute, 45-second talk to listen ratio. 93% of potential success of your cold calling is attributed to the tone of your voice during the conversation. Okay, so how you speak. Are you excited? Are you just like not excited at all? Like, that plays a lot with cold calling. So it's like these little things. And you know, I would rather prefer to deal with that with the tone of my voice versus having to send out all these emails and they go to like different folders. It's a mess. So, so there is a different correlation between cold call success and the number of questions you ask. As per revealed that a good number to aim for is between 11 and 14 questions. All right. Asking prospects about their pain points and business objectives can lead to a closing deal, and so on and so forth. So there's just a lot of little things that you can do to really boost how you make those calls, all right? Or when you make those calls. So when to make those calls, timing is everything. So you should plan ahead to make sure that you are calling your prospects at the most opportune time. Below, we have listed some statistics that can help you guide when you schedule your calls and so on and so forth. So calling prospects during the recommended times can increase the average gain in conversion by 49%. Right. So when you get on the phone, just asking the right questions so you get an understanding of, when's the best time and date. Cold calling data shows that you can increase the likelihood of converting a prospect by almost 400% if you contact them within the minute they were tagged as a lead. Cold calling research shows that the best response time to customer inquiries is within an hour, which is, this is why I was saying, and I'm going to dive into that with, call lightning, how we allow you to engage people right away. Beyond that, chances of engaging a lead decreases by 8 times, according to cold call conversion statistics. Waiting 30 minutes to make the first call can reduce the chances of conversion down to 62%. Meanwhile, waiting 24 hours can dramatically reduce this to 17%. The best time to make cold calls is between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Meanwhile, the worst time to call is between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m., as most prospects are busy at the office. You are 46 more likely to engage a lead if you call them on a Wednesday. The ideal time to make a cold call is Wednesday to Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And again, this is just to give you an idea as to like what's working and then what's not working. Okay. So how often should you make cold calls? All right. According to Call Hippo, making at least 6 cold calls can increase the contact rate by 70%. 93% of converted leads are often reached by the 6th cold call attempt. Prospects that are reached after 7 or more calls are 45% less likely to be converted compared to leads whose initial contact took place after 6 or more fewer calls, and so on and so forth. All right. So this is another screenshot I wanted to share with you. The top factors that influence purchase decisions. They want sellers to specify the value that they can deliver. They want sellers to collaborate with them. They want sellers to educate them with new ideas. They want sellers to have valuable insight about their industry. Okay, this is why I always say, even to some of my own students, stick to one market and really get an understanding of what they require, what they need, and so on and so forth. So, impact of data on cold calling. So I'm just going to dive right into it. So poor data costs businesses in the US 3.1 trillion per year. And this is coming from IBM. Inaccurate data causes sales representatives 27.3 of their productive hours. All in all, this amounts to 546 hours per year per representative. 62% of companies rely on customer data that is at least 20% inaccurate or incomplete. An average of 18% of telephone numbers change annually. Okay. Roughly 21% of company CEOs are changed each year annually. Up to 33% of email addresses worldwide become outdated. That's enough said there about email. So 546 hours wasted per year, and I've God knows how many hours I've wasted on my side, trying to call. And that's the thing too. Like when you look at citation sites, a lot of the times the data is like not like it's incorrect. They change numbers, so you got to be careful with stuff like that. 62% of companies that rely on inaccurate customer data. That's 62%. That's pretty bad. All right. So percentage of B2B buyers who want to be contacted via phone. 57% C-level executives, 51% directors, 47% managers. All right. So cold calls can help you yield 1% face-to-face meetings, 2% appointments with the prospects, and 18% high quality leads. And this is coming from various different resources. And this is like when you're doing things manually. So you can strategically auto dial or cold call for all types of promotions and many verticals. So here's a few examples. Got holidays, okay, discounts, invites, sales. And here's a few verticals that we highly advise taking advantage of auto dialing technology. Insurance agents, real estate agents, LASIK surgeons, attorneys, spas and salons. You got to think about like the way these businesses are structured, right? They usually have a front desk rep, all right? And they're really, really busy with their day. So they don't have time to sit there answering calls. It just becomes too much. So when they can, when they understand that auto dialing can become something that they can use effectively, it'll dramatically change the way they do things. So you got mechanics, makeup artists. So why aren't many businesses taking advantage of auto dialing? The answer is simple. It's super expensive, and with new regulations, TCPA is a US regulation that protects US consumers from bots and unsolicited calls. Excuse me. However, when done correctly, you can do it safely and in a way which complies with regulations, still giving you the chance to take advantage of this technology for your business. So how exactly do we do that? We get them to give us permission to contact them first. So as long as they're giving us permission, we'll be 1000% golden. So not only does our technology comply, but our form sends you real-time calls when someone fills and submits. And you could collect this all on the back end. In short, we are 1000% compliant. For example, let's say you are running ads. Instead of the form application going to your email and all that stuff, our system will collect the data and connect you instantly with within the second they fill your form. Example two, let's say you already have a list of businesses that have given you permission to contact them. You can upload that list to our system, and before your eyes, it will dial each number and connect you with those interested in learning more about your businesses and services. So this is how I managed to create or generate that revenue that I showed you earlier, taking this exact approach. All 100% trackable and in real time, saving you a bunch of time and energy. So you ready to see and witness it for the first time? And oh, and we provide you with real-time leads for you to call. Okay. And you'll see that all in a moment. So I'd like to introduce you to Call Lightning, real-time calls delivered daily. Call Lightning is a real-time auto dialing platform built for all types of businesses, especially marketers of all levels looking to close and generate more sales worldwide with no restrictions, compliant, safe, and most importantly, in a cost-effective way. We are the first to be able to engage form fillers in real time. Before that process begins, we are able to send them an intro, and at the click of the dialer, the call is connected with you. So you could prompt them. So let's say at the end of the call, you're like, you got your pitch going on, and at the end, you want them to dial 8 to be connected with you. They dial 8. You could really control the call. So when they dial 8, you could do another audio. So it could be like, hey, we're getting ready to be connected. Here's a couple of things that I need you to do before we get connected. I need you to do bang, 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 right? And then it's connected to you automatically. It calls them up and you guys can, continue the conversation. So for example, let's say you want to set up a form for your agency. You're looking to close more deals. The moment the form is filled, our system will log the form details and then send them your recorded introduction. You can prompt the form fillers to press 1 to be connected with you, your closer, or entire team. Let's take a look at some of these features here, okay? I'm going to use my pointer here. You got your dashboard. The minute you log in, you'll be able to track sent calls, connected calls, canceled calls, scheduled calls right on your dashboard in real time. Excuse me. My profile. We currently integrate with Twilio. Right on this page, you'll be able to set up your account. Setup takes no longer than 2 minutes. Recorded messages, upload all of your messages here. We give you all the space you need to upload your DNC, your transfer, and sales pitch. So let's say you want someone to just dial 8 if they don't no longer want to be in touch with you. They get added to our DNC. Do not call, right? I do not call segment. So you can no longer reach them because they don't want your calls anymore. Purchase number. Choose a local number to send from. We support all countries, US, UK, Canada, Australia, UK, Canada, you name it, we support it. Video tutorials. It's important to us that you're as educated as possible. We want you to use, and Call Lightning effectively to bring you more business. We provide you with over 10 plus videos covering in-depth setup and, setup calls, strike calls, real-time leads, and plenty more. Support. We're always open to growth. We're really easygoing when it comes to feedback. So if there's something that you want to see on, we usually are really, really quick with that on. So we have OTP verified numbers. Here you can verify your own cell phone. You can send and receive from your connected calls. You have your numbers list, so you could upload up to 1,000 plus numbers with zero restrictions. As long as the contacts have given you permission to contact them, you can safely use Call Lightning. We have a portion of the platform called Strike Calls. Call Lightning goes to work here. You can dial thousands of contacts at the same time, dial individual numbers or lists of leads, select the audio you want to play when they answer the line, set up prompts, DNC scheduling, so on and so forth. Track calls, all in real time is what Call Lightning is all about. In this area, you can track when the call has been connected, fail, ringing, and so on. Real-time leads. Call Lightning is plugged to multiple networks capable of providing you leads in various verticals, business, health, crypto, opportunities, and plenty more. So do you want to see it live? Let us know in the chat. If you want to see it live, let us know in the chat. So it's demo time. We're gonna go ahead and dive into the demo, but I need to know if you guys really want to see this or not. Oh, okay. So a lot of you do. Thomas like live. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's dive right into it. Stop wasting your time here. All right. So this is called lightning. Okay. We've taken a lot of the things that we've learned in the past and we've applied them to our platform for the better and ease of use. So let's dive right into our dashboard, okay? So right away within your dash, you can see your sent calls. So whenever you send your calls, you can track those, your connected calls, canceled calls, scheduled calls. We give you additional breakdowns here so you can scope things out by month. You can see how many calls you sent out total. We also have a really cool chat system built in. We've taken this approach with our last platform. It worked really well. Everyone came together and, it was pretty cool. So you can come in here, hang out, and engage other members. Okay. So let's look into my profile. My profile, we've again taken a lot of the things that we've learned with our previous platform. You have Twilio, your balance that you can see. You can see my CL balance. And we require basic info like your Twilio ID, Twilio token. We give you plenty of documentation and video that you can access whenever needed. And again, documentation as well. Okay, so let's go on to recorded messages. All right. So here you can upload your audios. All right. So you can see that we number things down. You could add names. You could play the messages on the spot. You can see the data was created. You can delete, you can edit. All you have to do is click on this plus sign up here. Oh, excuse me. And you can name it and simply upload. It's really that simple. No big deal at all. It's super easy to do. Okay. And again, we've taken a lot of the things that we've learned in the past. You can purchase numbers here just by clicking the plus sign. But you can see here that this is the number we purchased. We only charge $2 for the numbers, and that's it. And you can see the data was purchased here. Okay, so when you click this plus sign here, we prompt you on how to purchase your number and so on and so forth. You got an area selection, numbers, personal information, and then your payment details. That's it. It's only $2 for one number. That's it. So let's go into OTP verified numbers. Okay, so here you can verify the numbers you want to send from. Okay, or the numbers that you want the calls to go to. All right. So let's say you have your number, right? You want the calls to go to your number. You just simply verify it, right? You just click on this plus sign right up here. And let's say you have other reps that you want to add because they have cell phones. You could totally add them in here as well. So you add their number and we send you a code to verify. Okay, we do this to protect ourselves and to protect you as well, to make sure that it's really your number and so you verified it. Okay, so again, this is the number where you'll get the calls. Okay, so let's move on to the next numbers list. Okay, so here in this area, it's pretty simple. We break everything down by list name, total leads, date created. Taking the same exact approach, when you click this plus sign up here, you could go ahead and name it and upload your file. You're pretty much done. Here's where a lot of the magic happens when it comes to auto dialing. Okay, this is a really cool area. So check this out. So let's say I'm just gonna label this test, right? I'm just gonna call this test, but I want to call this number here. I can choose to dial individual numbers or just add commas and add multiple numbers, but I could do that whole deal. But I could also choose the list I want to send to. But for this example, I'm just gonna go ahead and put just an example number here. Okay. So up here, select audio message. So this is your introductory message. So this could be anything. This could be like an update that you want to send out, sales promo, and you could prompt them on what you want to do. So let's say you click on transfer, right? When someone dials 1, it'll go to this number here, all right? So this is the message before the transfer. Remember I was saying that you can control the call, right? So you send them the intro, they press 2 before the call is transferred. You can send them another audio message. So let's say we're going to use this one, right? So they got that original intro, but then when they press the dialer, they get another intro. So it's like, this could be like you prepping them for whatever it is you're offering them, discount, etc. All right. So select DNC audio. All right. So this could be, you telling them in the recording, hey, if you don't want to receive these calls no more, just simply dial 9 and they get this DNC message. And this is the number where you'll be striking the calls from. This number is connected to our platform. So it's the magic number that'll be doing all of this work for you. Instead of you picking up that phone, like I was saying earlier, it's going to do a lot of this legwork for you. And so here you can choose where you want to receive the call at and so on and so forth. And we allow scheduling as well. Pretty cool, right? So let's dive right into the next. Let's go into track calls. Track calls, okay? So this works in real time. You could show, in bulk, right? So you can choose, the messages that you sent out. You could check the call statuses, initiated, queued, ringing, in progress, completed, failed. You can see the call duration, the label, excuse me, the label you gave it, the number. The duration is really cool because something that we've learned is that during sales calls, like if a call goes beyond 2 minutes, you got a hot lead there. So you got a potential lead. So that's why we added duration so you can keep track of all these things. You can see the status here, scheduled, and then dates. Okay, this is just sample data here. So just showing you, all right? So this is our form. Again, we took a lot of the things that we've learned, and I'm going to show you this. This is pretty cool, right? These are just 2 pages that we created. I'm going to click on edit. Okay, check this out. This is really cool. So you can choose a background, right? So we keep the pages super basic. Like we got long forms or short forms, and we're always open to feedback. So you could always, let us know what you like to see. But I'm gonna go with this long form. You could add your text color, right? This could be any color you want, and the redirect URL, right? So you could redirect when someone fills your form. All right. You could choose the text size, the button text. You could control all these things. And then this is where where it gets really cool. So this is my number here, right? And I could take the same exact measures. So I could choose to just not do transfers and just send out my introductory message. So I could choose this one here, right? And then that's the message that people will get when they fill out my form. I could take the same exact approach. DNC, they dial 9, they get this speech. This is the number is going to be striked from. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Really easy stuff. I want to show you the pages. The pages are really cool. We give you all the control you need there. So in case you want to, have some fun with it, you can absolutely do that. Alrighty. So let's go into leads. I just want to show you this really quick. So I'm just going to let it load up for a few minutes and then we're going to go into leads, okay? The leads portion of this platform is super cool because, and you can see it here, this is the Call Lightning Network. And I'm going to I'm going to give you a breakdown. I know a lot of you are going to have questions about this, like where are these leads coming from? Like, are these leads even legit? Bear with me 1 minute. If you were at the beginning of this call where I was talking about data, wait till you see this. So before I get into all the, the juicy details, you can purchase individual leads and they're deducted from your top up. So let's say you added $10 for the purposes of you sending, it'll be deducted from there. And when you purchase, you can get access to that lead. Leads are not shared. So when you purchase, they can no longer be accessed by anyone else. Okay. And we'll be supplying you with 100 plus leads weekly. All right. Like real leads that have that express that they wanted to be contacted by our users. We're connected to multiple landing pages collecting these leads as we speak, okay? For business opportunity seekers. Right now, we're focused on businesses opportunity seekers because we've had a lot of success with that area, okay? But we're always open to seeing what you want to see as well, all right? So that's a little bit on the leads. When you want to see the lead you purchased, you just click on here and then you can see the lead you picked up, okay? And then we have our DNC list. This is an area where if someone dials that 9 that I was telling you, then they'll be added to your DNC. We also provide training as well. So if you need, you need clarity with something, you're missing something, you're all set up here. All right.
And the training is really cool because I break down a lot of things that you need to know, and some really cool tips. We're easygoing with support as well. So if you ever have any questions, I urge you definitely reach out to us. We're really easygoing with add-ons and stuff like that. Definitely let us know. You know, we built this not for ourselves first, but you know, you're important to us. So whatever you want to see on here, just let us know. Open a ticket, just click on support, and you can open a ticket. And then you can go ahead and, you know, we are TCPA compliant. We have privacy terms and conditions. Pretty cool, right? So if you thought that was cool, go ahead and dial one in the little comment here. Well, you can't technically dial, but you can comment one. So Jeremy is like, whoa, Lance, awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's continue on because I know you guys want to get access to this thing and I want to give you access. So bear with me one moment. Okay. So, you know, Call Lightning is gonna do some incredible stuff for a lot of you, and I can't wait to see all the success stories that we generate. Our last project generated multiple clients for a lot of our users, and we have the same intentions with this. We want nothing but the best for our users. So you got the dashboard here where you can track everything in real time. You got the chat box so you can engage other members and see what's working, what's not working. You have the simple setup, takes 2 to 3 minutes max to set up. You have your recorded messages for your transfers, for your intro, for your DNC. You got all that control there. You can purchase numbers. Okay, it's only $2. That's it. Okay. Then you have OTP verified numbers. All right, this is the number that you're gonna be, you know, verifying from to get the calls. You have your numbers list. You have strike calls. All right, and then you got your real-time tracker where you could track the calls in real time. Then you have the forms. All right, but that's not all. Okay, so for those of you today, all right, and I'm not going to be doing this for everybody because we put a lot of time and energy into our stuff. Okay, you're going to get 10 dial tone audio files professionally recorded at a real legitimate studio, not just at home. You're going to see what I'm talking about in a few minutes. Excuse me. Q&A live calls, all right, training, and then you're going to get my something that I wrote myself, Call Lightning, the Call Lightning Blueprint. So you understand how you should keep your tone. I give a lot of great input and all that stuff. Okay. You're gonna get the Call Lightning network. Okay, right off the back. So you remember the leads that I mentioned to you, right? So you're gonna get access to that. But after when this webinar ends, we're gonna be charging for that for people to get access to those leads. It costs us a lot of money to get those leads. I'm just letting you know up front. We have to pay for that, but the networks are, you know, providing us with these leads for you to access. So the Call Lightning network supplies you with 100% BizOp leads weekly, 25 cents per lead. You get the first name, um, last name, telephone number, IP address, all included, all coming from short form leads. Okay. And we do data hygiene as well. Okay. So that basically means that we don't just get the leads and just send them to you, right? Like we make sure that the leads are verified, they're legitimate, and we take all these measures and just apply them to you. So we did a lot of that legwork. Okay, so this is the area here that I was talking to you about. So here's a little breakdown. Excuse me. So here's a little breakdown on you know, how the leads are generated. The Call Lightning network is connected to 3 providers. Those data providers have been in business since the late 90s, located in the USA, providing marketers with quality hygiene leads all in real time. So every week, that area that I mentioned is going to be updated every single week. You'll see fresh leads that you can access if that's something that you needed. Okay. So the leads are distributed to the Call Lightning platform so you can use whenever needed. Thousands of prospects view the landing page. That's pretty much how it works. Prospective leads completes the landing page. You get the targeted qualified leads. That's pretty much how it works. And again, we're all about transparency here. The leads are legit. We've tested them. We're building a list with these leads. We're calling them. They're very receptive. They're on our list. So really, really cool stuff. Okay. So again, you're getting all of these premium features, the dashboard, my profile, recorded messages, purchase number, video tutorial, support, OTP, verified numbers, numbers list. strike calls, track calls, and the Call Lightning network. Okay, now I know you're thinking this has got to be expensive. And remember those examples that I showed you before, right? Nope. With Call Lightning, you don't have to worry about paying a monthly fee to access all these premium features that I just showed you. So that's like zero monthly fee, like zero. You never pay a monthly fee. But the truth is, we wanted to charge $1,997 like we did with our last project because we put a lot of energy into our platform. It's something that's helping us book appointments, close deals, and is generating us revenue. And we really have we take pride in what we put energy in, and we value our work here. So considering all the features, this is a reasonable price, but you're not going to pay that today, okay? And we'll let you charge that instead, so you can do that. As a matter of fact, and this is factual, someone texted me last night because they wanted to do that. They already heard a little bit about Call Lightning, and they're like, "Hey, I want to sell this thing." You can absolutely do that. You charge this one $997. I'll let you do that. You won't even pay $997, which is still reasonable with all the value we put into it. So you don't have to worry about that. So today, all right, just for today, all right, and maybe till Sunday, I'm not sure, but today, for those of you who take action, all right, you get those bonuses that I mentioned, the network, all those features that I just showed you. Are you ready? Today, you get access to Call Lightning for $77. Folks, this is crazy. And I know a lot of you are like, no way. But that's really all you're paying. And I actually just went ahead and dropped the link. For those of you who act right now, you get access to those bonuses that I mentioned, okay? And you'll find them in the members area, okay? I don't intend on making those bonuses available to everyone. I just dropped the link in there for you to pick it up. 77 bucks is your one-time setup fee. The link is in the chat. So you save $1,926 one-time fee. You don't have to worry about those monthly fees. You don't have to hassle anymore dialing numbers. Now you can get things done effectively and in a way that really works, guys. I know I've been through the struggle. I get it. That's why I built this platform, because I wanted to make this available to you so that you can use it, and you could use it how you want with no restrictions in a way that's legally compliant. Okay? So remember, fast action bonuses, you get the 10 dial tone audio files. They're really, really cool. Really professionally recorded. You get the Q&A live call. As a matter of fact, I had some plans. I had an idea to do the mobile triggers and do the Call Lightning training together, so you can work those two together. Now you got a real system. Now you're in business. Okay. So Call Lightning, you get the Call Lightning blueprint as well. So let's dive into some Q&A, because I want to clarify this. These are some questions I typed up that I anticipated were going to come up. So how much does it cost to send the calls? Guys, you're going to pay 2 pennies. That's developer cost to send out your calls. It doesn't matter if the call failed, dropped, connected, or went to voicemail. You only pay for what you sent out. We don't charge for all these little hidden things like some of these companies do out there. You pay 2 pennies. Done. Can this be used for other countries? We support countries around the world, US, Canada, Australia. Doesn't matter. We accept everyone here. If your country isn't listed in our data, just simply let us know. Is it hard to set up? Setup time literally takes 2 to 3 minutes, and we provide in-depth training showing you how to set everything up. Okay, so is this platform TCPA compliant? That was one of the first things that came up to my mind. I didn't want to put this platform together and get you guys into some trouble. I wanted to put this together and really make sure that it was 1000% compliant. We've reached out to Twilio, we've reached out to a few legal partners of ours. So Call Lightning is safe to use. Can I prompt the end receiver person to receive the call? You can prompt the caller to dial 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You have full control over the flow of this process, and you can use audios to keep connected with you throughout. It doesn't matter if the call was sent to voicemail or picked up, audios always play. So again, no hidden fees over here on this ballpark. That's 2 pennies, okay? 2 pennies, that's it. So does the form strike calls when someone fills them out? Call Lightning strikes calls when a form filler completes the form. The platform dials you and the form filler. When they pick up the call, your audio plays for them. Can I use Call Lightning? What can I use Call Lightning for? Excuse me. You can use Call Lightning to sell your services, appointments, surveys, updates, and plenty more. You control how you want to do it and how. How many calls can you send out at a time? You can send over 100,000 calls and no monthly fees. Do I need to keep a balance in order to send? Yes, you do have to keep a balance. So it's important that you allocate a budget before you use this, okay? But it's affordable because it's 2 pennies. You could send out over 100 calls for nothing, like $2, $3. Do you provide any type of support? We provide support via our built-in support channels. We don't want any distractions. We don't want to take you to a handy dandy Facebook group. No, we're going to do everything inside Call Lightning and do it the right way. Okay, and we value your feedback. Like I was saying earlier, anything that you see on here that or you want to see and so on, we're really easy going here. Okay, so now let's answer your questions live. I know you guys have a bunch of questions, so we're gonna take this time to answer your questions live. I see that there's more of you asking for the link. So here's the link again. Remember, folks, this fast action bonus is gonna be for those of you who take action today. Okay, so let me send that to you now. All right, so there you go. I want to go ahead and answer all of your questions now. Eric Williams said, wow, yes, G, I am in. Congrats. Awesome, awesome. So let me scroll up and George is already in. So congrats, George. I can't, like, seriously, guys, you don't even understand. Like, I can't wait to hear your success stories. You guys know that how I am about transparency. And, transparency is everything to me. As a matter of fact, I forgot to show you this, but this is the form right here. You could edit the text here. I just put save. I don't know why I did that, but you can edit this form. You could make it however you want. Like it could be a lawyer, or whatever. You could control the background and add your text. Remember, when this form is filled, you get the audio. All right. So, all right. So Chris is in. So congrats, congrats, congrats. Right. So, no, Sam, this isn't. I'm gonna go ahead and go through your questions. Can the cold calling be done from a CSV? Yes, you can do it via CSV. So you just simply upload the file and our system will start dialing them in real time for you. So you don't have to dial them manually. Can I have multiple forms? Yep, you can absolutely do that. That's what we did here. You can upload multiple forms. I'm going to show you something I forgot to show you. But you see this area here? Check this out. Check this out. You guys are going to love this. You see this here? You can collect this information in real time. This is just a bunch of tests that we did, but you can do this all in real time. Okay? So you can create as many forms as you want. All right? So Ryan is asking if there's any type of upsells. No, Ryan, we don't do that. No, not here. So you have access to everything you've seen here one time. You don't pay monthly. You just create your budget, you top up, and that's it. And you could use it however you want and hassle less. Absolutely, Robert. You can absolutely Robert Santero. You can absolutely do that. Uh-huh. Are you comfortable with talking about investment costs, creating call lightning? It costs a whole lot. Loretta. Yeah, Loretta, it cost a whole lot. But you know what? We did it for good reasons because when I built this, I was thinking about me and what we wanted to do with this, We were thinking like, hey, we want to build something for ourselves first that's going to work for us. We've tested a lot. So before we even built this platform, we were doing a whole lot of testing on this side. So we were like testing a lot on this side. Are the forms embeddable? No, we actually give you a link to the form so you can share however you want. You can run Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever you want to do. Oh, okay. So Champ had a question about the leads. So the leads are provided every week. Okay, so let me go to them really quick. Every week we upload 100 leads, okay? And it's coming directly to our Call Lightning network, all right? So like these are leads that you can purchase if you want to. I know I'm going to be purchasing them because I know what these guys, like I mentioned, I was very transparent about it. As a matter of fact, I'll go back to it and I'll show you. This is how it works. This is how the leads come in. You guys know me. You guys know that I'm transparent about this. Like the leads are US based, all right? So let's clear that up. And they're coming from a variety of different websites that are actively collecting these leads. All right, so Bill is looking for the link. Here's the link, Bill. There you go. I just put it in the chat, Bill, so you could check it out. Excuse me. So what happens, Raymond is asking a good question. What happens when the call goes to the answer to answer the message? Does it leave a message? Yeah, it does, Raymond. It does. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my developer about it, and it really depends, you know, it depends on the network. It really depends on them. So it'll try to answer, you know, but we can't guarantee that. However, what we can guarantee is that you can track everything in real time. So you could see, you know, which well, who picked up, which calls connected, and so on. Will these leads will these leads be able to target local geographical areas? I'm not sure, Rod. Can you elaborate on that question? That's correct. That's correct. So as far as like what I was saying earlier in the presentation about the 4 leads that we called, we closed 4 and I didn't pay nothing much for it. Like I didn't pay anything at all. I have little overhead now. Now I could focus on just making my calls and sitting back and just seeing it all work for me. And if they want to be, you know, connected with you, they want to do business with you, they simply just have to, you know, hit the dial tone. That's it. And it'll, you know, have your phone ringing like crazy. Absolutely, absolutely, right. You could have more than one campaign running. Yeah, for sure. So if you set, like, let's say you strike a couple of calls, you know, via a list, you can upload another list, and you can just keep it going nonstop. So Joanne, this is what I was saying in regards to the form. So when someone fills out this form, right, it'll strike a call. So like, let's say it's this one here, like this page, someone fills this out, right? When they fill it out, it dials you and it dials them, and then you can go ahead and send them your audio. So it all happens in real time. Let me clarify that again. So you're not doing anything in between. That primary number that you picked up from Call Lightning is doing all the work for you. So it's basically calling you, calling them, and you're sending them the audios. So your intro audio, and if you prompt them to dial another number, dial 2, they get another audio with that. So hopefully that's clear. Okay. All right. So let's see. So Lance has a question. The question I have is, I wanted to have consumers call in for a quote for health insurance or travel, etc. How do we target consumers, not businesses? Well, that's a good question. I mean, it really all depends on the leads that you have. And what you can do is just simply have them fill out our form. Have them fill out our form. And if they want to do business with you, they just follow the prompts that you set. And that's pretty much it. What's the buy link, Bill? Okay, here, Bill, this is the link. That is the link there. There you go. All right. So let's move on. So Guillermo, your weekly leads are their biz op leads. I only deal with local businesses. So how can I use this for local business? Great question, Jamie. So you can use this for any. The reason we added biz op leads is for a reason because it's an area that we've been testing a lot on our side, and it's an area that we've been having a lot of success with. So I figured, you know what, man, like let me give you access to these leads as well, so you can pitch, whatever it is you want. And it's interesting because biz op leads like aren't only like people who are looking to start a business. Like there are entrepreneurs in there, there are business owners in there who are looking to branch out and looking for other streams of revenue. So we've been testing it out and it's been working out really, really great for us. And we've had a lot of success with it. So I wanted to make sure you had access to those as well. Leonardo just got here. Will there be a replay? That's something that I have to plan for. When I get off this line, I'm going to plan it with my developer and my team and see what we can do. So Loretta is asking if it's available on a white label basis. Not at this time, but Loretta, if you can, come into the platform and open up a ticket, okay? Open up a ticket right down here. And when you do that, I'll make sure to pass it on to my team so that they can make note of that as well. We're super easy going with stuff like this. So, yeah. All right. So let's see. How much would extra leads cost? So, like, Mike, great question. So let's say you went in here, right? And you said, you know what? I'm just going to buy all the leads. Then, we'll have to upload more leads. And that happens automatically. So if you wipe them all out, it's going to continue to fill in more leads. Are the leads segmented according to industry? Yeah, they're just simply business opportunity leads. Do you have any campaigns set up for various niches in local marketing industry? No, Jimmy, but that's a great question. I would love for you to open a ticket if you can and bring that question to me so we could bring it up when we do our core training and things like that. Ray is saying, hey, I need real estate investor leads. Can I specify what type of leads I want? Yes, Ray, go ahead and open a ticket and let me know. And again, this is why I said we're open to feedback. So if there's anything else that you want to see added, we're going to add them super quick for you. We want this to work for you. It's not like we don't, all right? So we're not setting on landing pages. We just get the calls. They fill out the landing page. Yep, that's correct, Andrew. That's correct. So they just fill out the form. You get the calls. That's it. It's that simple. After they fill out the short form on the landing page, can they be transferred if the customer needs plumbing services? Yep. Quincy, you could absolutely do that. 1000%. Yep. Right, Mark. So it's 25 cents per lead. 25 cents. That's all it is because again, it costs us. We actually have to, pay them in advance before we could even supply you guys. So it's like, that's out of pocket from our expense, but it's all good. We know that more users are going to be closing more leads. So, hey, at the end of the day, we're looking to get more great cases coming in and make sure that it works for you. What were you selling the calls before it worked out? That's a great question, Mike. So Mike is asking, what did I sell to close those 4 leads? So those 4 leads, I was selling websites. That's it. That's really all I was doing. And my pitch went well. It was receptive and it was a smooth process. And we use those leads that you have on the platform. Okay. So don't just think that we're like over here, just uploading leads now, man. Like we're providing you with real-time leads. How much do we need to pay for those cold leads? By the way, those are not cold leads, those are pre-qualified leads. So it's 25 cents, 25 cents per lead, and you get all the data that comes with it. How did you get these phone numbers? They entered the form? Right. So, Rafael, that's a great question. So, our partners, all 3 of them, are connected to various different sites. And just like I mentioned here, those sites are actively collecting leads. And so, what we do is we supply them to you like automatically. So they're out there opting in and signing up for things that are just through generic landing pages. And when they fill out, we get that data on our side. Absolutely, Rod. So you could use those leads for targeting purposes. I don't see why not. Can I upload a list of my current clients to call? Absolutely, Bill. You could absolutely do that. It'll work perfectly for you because when you upload that list, right, what happens is that, when you like, let's say you come here, right? Let's say you go into strike calls, boom, done. You label it. Once you label the lead, right, and I'll show you in a minute. So you label it, you select your list from here. What happens is you're redirected to this area, track calls. And you can see it all happening in real time. You can see like which ones were completed, initiated, just as we have it here. Initiated, queued, ringing, in progress, completed, failed. So you got that all there. So that's a great question. Can the auto dialer be integrated with Zapier? Actually, if you can, open up a ticket and bring that over. I'd be happy to talk about that with my team and see how we could make that happen. So Bill is saying that he does political marketing. Absolutely, we have no problem with that here. As long as the leads have given you permission to be contacted, you can absolutely do that. Yep. So Brian is asking if we can generate real estate leads. Brian, if you can, open up a ticket and let me know. I'm more than happy to see how we could work that out. Any OTOs? Nope. Drew, there's no OTOs here. Works in the US only? Nope. We work worldwide. I need the buy link. All right, there you go. It's in the chat now. I just added it a few times now. So there you go. All right, guys. So we've been here for a while now, and I know that you guys all like pumped up. I know you want to get started. Go ahead and comment CL if you've gone ahead and registered for Call Lightning. I'm gonna go ahead and shout everyone out, and I'll continue answering your questions for sure. I see that there's a lot of questions coming in. So if you've gone ahead and registered for Call Lightning today and you picked up the fast action bonuses, as a matter of fact, the fast action bonuses, you'll find them in the training area. So make sure to keep that in mind. So shout out to Mike, Brian, Terrence, Sam, Loretta, Champ, Ella, and yeah. So if you're on the phone, it looks like some of you are on your phones listening in. Go ahead and email, excuse me. This cough got me out of control over here, excuse me. So email support@calllightning.com. So if you're on the phone, email support@calllightning.com and I'll make sure to get you access as well. Okay, so congrats to everyone who's gone ahead, George, Ray, everyone. Can't see the link. All right, so here is the link, George. All right, so let me scroll up and see what other questions I might have missed. Can I upload leads and start cold calling them? Only if they've given you permission, Ivan. Only if they're giving you permission. I'm looking to use this for crypto, to sell crypto to merchant services. Absolutely, why not? You can do that here with us. Just make sure that the leads have given you permission. That's it. We're compliant here, so you're safe on this ballpark. The link to purchase Call Lightning. There you go, Jamie. All right, I'm looking to use this. All right, so Jimmy has a good question. I'm a local marketer. Do you have B2B leads, business owners? I can, Jimmy, if you can, do me the favor, open a ticket and I'll make sure to reach out to the guys and see what we can get. All right. I'm getting a lot of good feedback and I'm happy that you guys are like so receptive and you are already you're making little requests. That's great. This is essentially what I wanted. I wanted to give you what you needed, but at the same time, we're open to any feedback that you have. Does it work with UK numbers? Yeah, absolutely. You could pick up UK numbers. So Owen, yep, that's 77 bucks. And everything else you have full control over. So if we buy a lead, yep, that's correct. So when you buy the lead, I'll show you here. So let's say you bought a lead, right? All right, so let's say you bought this lead here, right? You bought Thomas. They're in 203 area code. When you buy it, it goes to purchase leads and it gets removed from this area, so you can no longer access it. Anybody else can't access it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Right. So let's see what other questions we have. The payment processor, Sid. Hey, Sid, if you can, just give it another attempt. It should go through. It should go through. So you mentioned we could charge the 199.87 to give someone else access. How do I do that? Am I able to create different user accounts? No, not at this time, Jamie, but what I would love for you to do is open a ticket and I would love to make that available for everyone. And just so you know, like that means everyone gets access to the upgrades as well. So you don't have to worry about paying for those. You get access to the upgrades. Andrew, yeah, you could pitch GMB services to these leads. Absolutely. Why not? Absolutely. Just test it out, try picking up a couple, see how it works for you, see who's picking up, who's not, and go from there. The leads are very, very responsive, by the way. Very, very, very responsive. Robert Santero, absolutely. You can absolutely do that. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. No link. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the link here. There you go. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat box. I've gone ahead and dropped the link. Can our VAs use the platform? Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. What you can do is like now, I remember early in the presentation, someone mentioned that they had a whole team, like 28 people or something like that. So now you don't really need that many people. Now you could just narrow it down to one or two people that, like you could actually work with closely and just monitor all these things from this side of the ballpark. All right, when will the replay be available? After this call ends, we're gonna be looking into seeing how we can make that available. How long will it stay for $77? Not for long. As a matter of fact, either till Sunday, I'm not sure. All I know is that mobile triggers, as a matter of fact, is now 227. So yeah, those of you who picked up, you're really lucky, really, really lucky because and we intend on doing the same with this one as well. We can't keep it this low because it's there's a lot of overhead on our side of the ballpark. Oh yeah, absolutely. So when a lead signs up, you can see that. Yeah, absolutely. So let's say you have a form, right? And let's say that like that you have a form set up and they filled out your form. You can see it here. Look, you see? Form lead, form lead, form lead. You can see the duration, status, schedule. Can the background colors be changed? No. I mean, the reason we kept it dim like this is because we knew that a lot of you are going to be like using this a lot. So we wanted to go with the color scheme that was comfortable for the eyes, like, it's not overbearing, all bright. So You can use it nice and comfy. All right, so if you've gone ahead and picked up Call Lightning, go ahead and comment CL in the chat box. If you've gone ahead and picked up Call Lightning, comment CL in the chat box. So Robert Santero, congrats. Sam Clemens, Michael Chapman, congrats. Les Ong, congrats. George, Eric Williamson, Ovi is having some issues. The form Ovi is probably because of the card you're using, or it's the country or something. Not sure, but shoot me an email. Go to email me support. Like if you're having problems, I'm gonna leave my email here. As a matter of fact, support at calllightning.com. Support at calllightning.com. There you go. And I'm just gonna open the presentation here. There you go. You see the link there. All right, so the questions are still coming in. Getting in a little late in this, can this form be used to generate my own leads? Yeah, absolutely. You could use the forms to generate your own leads. And like I was saying, like you could use this for like a lot of you got groups everywhere, you got advertisements that you're running. You could absolutely use the form, yep, to collect those leads. No. Hey, George, that's a good question. So George asks if the billing is collected for future billing? No. No, we don't do that here. We don't collect billing info on our side. How many forms per number? How many forms per phone number? You could create as many forms as you want. There's no restrictions when it comes to that. Here's the link, Peter. There you go. I want some training for assistant team members. Absolutely. So, hey, Robert, if you're looking for training within the members area, right down here, video tutorials, we've got plenty of training, man, like a lot of good stuff. I talk about a lot of great stuff, and make sure you guys like because like it's always good to hear from you when you sign up, when you get to the dash, go ahead and say hello, drop a comment within the dashboard. Okay, if you could do that, it'd be awesome, so that when others see you, they can engage you. You guys can work together versus it being all like segmented and segregated. You know what I mean? Like that's why we created the chat, because we wanted you to, you know, keep engaged with other members. So you could just come right here, leave your chat, and that'll be awesome. Alrighty. All right. So can I integrate Zap of the forms I create? Zap. You mean Zapier, you mean? Yeah, I mean, that's something that was requested a few times already. So it's something that I want to pay attention to for sure, because I see that here in the chats, a lot of you are requesting it. Oh, okay. So Sanya's on it. Okay. So Sanya wants to know who gets the $50 credit. All right. So who's gonna get the $50 credit? All right. So I sent out an email to all of you who RSVP'd in advance. Excuse me, that RSVP'd in advance, and I mentioned that I would be essentially giving out $50 to one lucky member. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. All right. So let's see who I'm gonna go with. Let's see. All right. So Brian is like, hey, thanks for picking me. Yeah, well, I don't know if that's you, Brian, but we'll keep that in mind for sure. All right, let's see. We can run an ad. All right, so let's see who we're gonna pick. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. So the user that we're gonna pick to give the $50 to, as a matter of fact, you know what, Brian Jackson, we're gonna give that $50 to you. All right, because you've been around. I've seen you on my list. You've been around for some time. I'm gonna give you that $50, all right? So those $50 go to Brian Jackson. So congrats to Brian Jackson. Shout out to Brian Jackson. And remember, those don't feel left out. Those of you who took action now, you get those fast action bonuses. All right. And they're really, really this great quality. You get the blueprint, you get the audios, the audio messages, just like I mentioned here. 10 audio files, Q&A live call lightning blueprint. You'll find it all in the members area. So congrats to Brian Jackson on getting that $50. So we're getting ready to wrap things up here. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to partake in this release. I apologize for the coughs throughout. I am like under the weather, and it sucks because this is supposed to be a big release, but what are we gonna do, right? Like we're gonna sit around complaining about this all day, or are we gonna do something about it, right? So congrats to everybody who took action. I'm super proud of you. I'm happy for you. You made a smart move. You seen that we disclosed everything here. You got a solid platform that you can rely on. We're gonna continue to enhance Call Lightning. The more feedback that we keep getting, and just gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing for all of our members. You guys already seen what we did with the last platform. This is going to be no different. It's going to be nothing but premium quality, okay? Nothing but the best for all of our users, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to ask one last time, and I'm just going to shout everyone out one last time before I let you guys go. I know it's Thursday. You guys are running busy lives, so I want you to get started. I want you to start sending right away. Don't forget that when you log into the platform, go right into my profile. If you have MT, you could use those MT details with our platform and you could start sending right away, okay? So with that being said, if you picked up Call Lightning, you're already on board, go ahead and comment CL in the chat box. So comment CL and I'm gonna shout you out. And you can see that we got a couple of comments already. Congrats to Colorado Smiley. So congrats. I'm just gonna write a message. Hey, congrats. See, this is why it's important to take action, man, because you miss on really cool stuff like this. Like, it's not good to assume things all the time, you really gotta like, all of my, like, if you've been following me throughout the years, and I don't want to give you the sob story right now, but like, you guys know that, like, I'm super transparent when it comes to my work, and I take a different approach. I don't bombard you every day. I would prefer to like give you value and educate you so that you can actively close leads, like that's the whole, that's what this community is about. That's what the Red Torrent Media community is about. So shout out to Champ CEO, Eric Williamson, James, Bill, Coffee, Anise, Parker, Rod. Apologize for, calling out your entire government over here. So Ella, James, everybody, congrats. And again, if you need a hand with anything, reach out, call Lightning. The email is right here. As a matter of fact, you'll see it right here. Support at calllightning.com. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link one more time. Remember, fast action bonuses. Bonuses, right? There you go. There you go. All right. So congrats to everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to this webinar. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me. This is pretty much it for Call Lightning. I'm excited to speak with you and engage with all of our new members on board. I'm excited to hear your success stories. I'm excited to learn more about you as you use this platform. Again, we're super easygoing when it comes to support tickets. Open up a support ticket if you have any advice or suggestions that you like to see on the platform, and we're super receptive to it on this ballpark. All right. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to go get some meds because obviously that's what I need right now. But yeah, with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you inside of Call Lightning, real-time calls delivered daily. I'll speak to you guys soon. All right. Speak soon.